Welcome everyone to today's tutorial on yet another powerful feature from Red Education. My name is Mahmoud Kabir. I'm a product marketing manager here. Today's feature is forms. With forms, you can deploy surveys to gain valuable insights into the student experience on your campus by leveraging the high adoption and engagement of the campus app. What that means is that you can deploy surveys quickly throughout the year at no to little additional cost and get high volume of responses from students without any external logistics. You can create a form to ask about any subject, from mental health to financial and academic concerns. However, there is a special type of forms that are specific to contact trace. Those live separately under contact trace section and will not be covered in this tutorial. Let's now explore how you can access this feature. In the Campus Cloud, go to Manage. Under Campus Resources, you'll see the tab Forms. If you scroll down, you'll find another Forms tab under Contact Trace. So these forms are specific to Contact Trace. For all of the types of surveys, use the Forms tab up here. Let's click on this. Once inside, you'll see a list of all the existing forms. You can search a form by form name and also filter by form status, whether it's published, in draft, or expired. You can also filter by audiences and hosts. So next to each of the existing forms, you will see these buttons here. Using the three-dot button, you can edit, delete, duplicate, or unpublish an existing form. I'll talk about share and results shortly. Let's now start creating a form by clicking on this tab here. There is space to assign a title. Next is category. There are 4 options: student life, health and wellness, financial, and academic. One of the preset categories has templated forms. Depending on your subscription, you'll be able to access these templates to quickly get started. There's an option to add a 5th, 6th, or 7th category, but the user cannot do this themselves at this point in time. Next is host. A host is basically the publisher of the form. You can choose any host you have permission to manage. It can be an organization, a service, or an athletic club. Let's now quickly build a form together. Let's assign a title. Category. Let's choose a host. Since this category doesn't have any template, let's proceed to build the form from scratch. So now we are inside the form builder. In the interest of time, I've already built out the form and saved it as a draft. Let's quickly open that draft. To do so, we go back to the main Forms tab and then search for all the forms that are in draft. And the first one is basically the one that I'll be working on right now. So let's click on Edit and go to Form Builder. Here you see the form that I've already created. Let's now go through each of the blocks here. The first one is the welcome block. You can put in some introductory text and image here. I'll put in some text. We are compiling the best places to relax, recharge, and take a deep breath on campus. Let us know your best pick. Next comes the question section. I've already typed in a multiple choice question. What's your happy place at University of X? And gave some answer options. You can make answer to a question required by switching on this button here. There's another functionality called logic. With this, you can make a guided path for the forms. What that means that based on response, a user can skip to a certain block. For example, if a respondent chooses option B, they will be taken to block 4 instead of 3. You can ask multiple questions and multiple types of questions. What that means, let's click here. It can be a multiple choice, multiple selection, or a simple yes no type of question. You can also accept responses in simple text, number, decimal, date, or image formats. And since I've already developed a question, let's delete this block. Next comes results section. Each result block has 3 components: title, result label, and content. Let's say a respondent chose option A and they landed on this result block. So this is going to record one result for George's Cafe. So you're going to see an increment in the counter. And once the respondent submits the form, they will see the title and content of the corresponding result block they land on. And the label name helps you, the administrator, filter results when you're analyzing. So you are going to be able to say, show me only the results labeled George's Cafe. All right, so let's now publish our form. Once created, the form can be shared with students in a couple of ways. First, you can share this web link to capture responses directly through the web. The link will take the students to this interface. A respondent doesn't have to be an authenticated app user to fill out the form. However, we recommend that the students use their college email address. Alternatively, you can also share this QR code with students. They can scan this code to directly access the form in the app. The second way to share a form is by placing a tile in the Campus app through Studio. You can go to Studio directly from here, or you can find the Studio tab under Manage here. Once inside, you'll see a list of experiences. An experience is how a user experiences the Campus app. They can be a student, a staff member, a prospective student, etc. For now, we'll create a tile in Student Experience. To do that, hit the Customize button. Here you see a number of sections. You can create a tile in any relevant section, but for now, we'll create a featured tile. And that will put the tile in the main banner in the Campus app. Let's hit the plus icon here, add the form name, upload an image. You can simply put one form in a tile or multiple forms as a list in a tile. But for simplicity, let's add this as a single item, add form as a content type, and select the form here. Let's save it. Once saved, you'll see the newly created tile here. You can drag it and place it to any order you like. So we'll shortly check out how this looks in the Campus app. But before that, let's quickly explain another feature. Down below, you see the notification feature that you can use to send out reminders to students to fill out the form. To configure a notification, you need to switch this on. Let's pick a start date, April 1st. I'm going to set a weekly repeat for Mondays and Saturdays. Let's also pick an end date, let's say April 30th. And let's say this survey is only for bachelor students, so I'm going to select the audiences accordingly. So once set, every week on these 2 days, from this date to this date, all the students from these 4 audience groups will get push notification reminders and also a notification in Notification Center to fill out the form. So using the notification or the push notification, a student can also conveniently access the form. Let's now see how a student can access the form in the Campus app. I'm projecting my phone screen here and I'm logged in as a student. As I said, we created a feature tile for the form, and the feature tiles live under the main app banner in the Campus app. So let's find out the form we created. Here you see our form. Let's click on it. We see the introductory message. Next. Let's pick an answer. Let's say Central Library. Next. We submit the form. We see the result. Done. So once you go back to the Forms tab, you'll see there is a unique view and 100% completion rate. That's basically the form submission we've just made. You can also see the results here. To see the detailed information of all the submission, click on the results button here next to each form. Here you'll see the detail of all the users. You can filter the list by questions, responses, audiences, and also by the date when the submission was made. So here you see the same user. It's basically me who made all the submissions. So this too I basically submitted while practicing, but to show that since all the users are the same, so that's why it was counted as one submission and one unique view. Most importantly, you can download the data set using this download button here in a standard CSV format to do further work. Let's now talk about permissions. In the Forms tab, an administrator can see the list of forms from only the host they have access to manage. And you can also control access to audiences. Let's say an administrator has only access to first year students. Then they'll only see the responses from that audience group, even though there are responses from multiple audiences. This also applies when you are creating a new form. You can only publish from a host that you have access to manage. With this, we complete our today's tutorial on forms. Hope you will take advantage of this feature. If you have more questions, feel free to reach out to our support team or your respective campus success consultant. Thank you.